Hey, my name's Eric. I'm making faces that you can talk to. Let's demo. Alright, so Wisp. This is my project. It's called Wisp. It's a framework for... I don't know. It's a tool that lets you make these animated faces that you can talk to. Alright. So I've been concentrating on this speech screen, which allows you to record the voice audio for the characters that you are part of your interactive story. And these little squares, each one represents one recorded take for a line. So the actor will want to be saying like, "Buddy, hey buddy." And then after that's recorded, it pops up here as another take. Yesterday I had a real short session. I added some functionality to update the screen with a new take after recording. So let's find one. Yeah, but watch my back. I'll record that line, and I'll record, "Can you do me a tiny favor?" Right? I'll record those two lines. So those are the selected lines. Right now they each have one take apiece, and I'm going to start recording those. Oh, it says 3 lines are selected to record, so I might have another one selected somewhere. Yeah, I've got this one down here. Let's take that out. Let's try it again. 2 lines are selected to record. Here we go. "Yeah, but watch my bag. Yeah, but watch my bag. Can you do me a tiny favor? Can you do me a tiny favor?" All right. So here's what happened. I recorded 2 extra takes on those lines, and they had 1 take before these 2 that are selected. So now it says 3, and now it says 3. And yesterday I could still get this to work, but I had to like refresh the browser and get the page to reload. Now it updates automatically after I finish recording. So what am I going to do in today's session? Well, it's going to be a longer session. But I don't feel like I'm in a good place to set big goals and complete them in the same day. I think I need to fix some bugs, and I'm just going to let those bugs take as long as they take, and not get down on myself if I spend 4 hours fixing one bug. That's just what I need to do. But I don't think it'll be 4 hours to fix one bug. I don't think it's going to go like that. I think I should be able to move on to some new features after I fix a couple of bugs. The bugs I have to fix. There's 2 I know of right now. One is these lines down here. They're in a separate section because they're generated from a different part of the interactive spiel. There's a divider line. No, there is no divider line. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, there should be some kind of distinction that marks these out. These are generated from, what do I call them? God, it's been a while since I've come back to this project. General replies. So there's replies that go directly to one line that the character says. So here, when Jerry, this guy over here, says, "Just hold the bag," I threw in some replies to that particular line. So if the player says, "Shut up," or 2 other variations right after this line or during this line, Jerry will say, "You can't silence me," or 2 other variations. If I double click this, you can see the variations. "Shut up, quiet, shush. You can't silence me. No, I don't feel like it." Right? So those are local to this line. But there's also general replies, which the character will respond to at any point in time. And I created one. What's inside And he says the magic sauce, or a variant, the best stuff. So if I come to the speech screen, which is the screen for recording all of this dialogue, all this dialogue here is generated from that spiel that I was just looking at. And there's 2 lines here to record that come from the general replies. For whatever reason, when I record these, magic sauce, they do not show up down here. And that's a bug, and I think I can fix it. I don't think it's a deep bug. Because I can see that if I go to my database, my IndexedDB database, which is browser persistent storage, that, well, this maybe will be a little tricky to see, but here it is. Magic sauce take 1. And there's probably going to be some more. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, okay, it's got that 1 take. Let's see, when did it put it in? I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell. Also, I don't know why this expand thing stopped working. That's not my bug, that's Chrome's bug. But anyways, there is a take in the database. It never showed up. I don't know why. I'll figure it out next. The other bug that I know about is these takes. They've got data stored with them for the WAV files. And when I click on them, they're supposed to play back the audio that I recorded. Let me find one I recorded more recently. I don't know. This one should do. I'll turn up the volume a little so you can hear the terribleness. It's very quiet. Okay, there's one. So some of the older ones, they don't have this sound, but the newer ones, they do. Basically, it's a sample conversion bug. So I have to figure out how to get the sample data in the correct format, and then when I click on this, it'll play the line I actually recorded instead of this mangled set of samples. I also feel the need to have a simple way of clearing all of these out without wiping my entire database, and I find that doing it from this console is a little bit tricky because it doesn't seem to have a way to delete multiple rows. Yeah, it'll just delete 1 row at a time. Oh, well, there's... Okay. So there at least is my expansion that I was trying to get before. I don't know why it will stop and not work on me sometimes. Anyways, that's for the Chrome developers to figure out. For me to figure out is those 2 bugs, plus I'm going to write a utility function that just deletes all the takes. And maybe I want to hook it up to a button up here, because this is maybe a thing that the user wants to do, is just delete all the takes. Yeah, let's start with that idea to begin with. Then I can just get rid of all the stuff that I know is garbage at this point. It's sort of cluttering up things. Oops, sorry, I did not mean to go off to that screen. Let's go to Wisp. I'll start by just making the button, which is pretty easy. Speech pane is the particular React component that had those 2 options up there, select by and record selected. I think I want that delete option first because I don't know. Delete all takes. And for now, let's have it do absolutely nothing. Oops, I didn't mean to go to that. Sorry for the music. There we go. So this is here now. Clicking on it does nothing. But I will update this to actually clear these out. And I think I'll go ahead and make a confirmation dialog. Okay, so let's see. On delete all takes. And for that to work, I will have to pass in set modal dialog. So it'll, oops, there we go. Oh, no. I'll have to pass in a function that will be called. Okay, so it's the thing with React development is a lot of times you're just maintaining like these deep hierarchies of props and functions that get passed around. So if anyone's watching me, you're going to see a fair amount of plumbing work, but I'll try to get through it kind of fast. I don't think it's particularly enlightening for someone on the outside to analyze it. It's just all the stuff you got to do when you're writing a React app that has some complexity to it. Okay, so then let's see. In the props, I want to pass a function down to it called on delete all takes, and I will just follow the pattern of the others. I do have GitHub Copilot configured, so whenever you see like me hitting tab and suddenly I've auto completed some code, that's coming from Copilot. Okay, so on delete all takes. And then, did I do alphabetical on this? Let's keep it simple and do alphabetical. Keeps me out of trouble. Okay, generate button definitions. Pass on delete all takes. All right. That's just plumbing. Let's keep going up the chain to speech screen, which is now going to have some red squigglies because I just defined a prop that needs to be fulfilled. TypeScript helps quite a bit with this. Having the linting be on a more strict setting helps with this. Getting all this right. Okay, so Spiel speech pane, I need to add a new prop on delete all takes. Could leave it there for now, but I'm ready to write the next thing. On delete all takes, and then this one will pass into it. Set modal dialog. And I've got these interaction files, which is where I like to put these helper functions that the React component calls, because it splits out the separation of concerns a little bit from business logic and presentation. So which interaction file am I going to use for this? Delete all takes, interactions, general, do revision, speech. General interactions is kind of my kitchen sink, so until I've got a concept to refactor functions out to. I just put it there for the moment and delete all takes, and we're going to pass set modal dialog function, and it's wrong, but there's a new dialog for me to create. So confirm delete all takes dialog name. Okay, so that means I need to create this particular dialog, add TypeScript file. Okay, confirm delete all takes dialog. I've already got some basic code that's reusable for making like a yes/no dialog, so this is going to go pretty fast. Function, boom, props, props. Okay, what am I calling it? Confirm cancel dialog. Import confirm cancel dialog. Get rid of some of these guys since I have an absolute path set. Okay, return. Okay. Okay. What else do you need? You need a title. You need a message. Yeah, you need a cancel handler, a confirm handler. Okay, so let's add that into the iProps interface. Yep. 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 That should do it. And I prefer the destructuring way of doing this, so let's do const is open. Yep, what you were just going to do. That's what I want. Minus my typo. Here, Copilot was correct and I made the mistake. The robots are going to win. Okay. So then I can get rid of this props here. It makes the code more concise. At least it sort of spreads the simplicity around. Okay. Title, delete all takes. This must be wrong. I think it's meant to be a description. Yes. Are you sure you want to delete? I'll be more specific about what we're deleting. Delete all recorded takes, including final. Mr. Megami, I did. I'll recap that if you're interested. I'll explain just a little bit about it. She want to delete all the recorded takes, including final, for this spiel. There we go. Yeah. So, first off, kudos to you. You actually had some insight, which was correct, that the console logging was maybe not showing the correct state or the expected state that I thought would be there. So what I learned late in my web development life is that if you have an object and you console log it, that console log has a pointer to the object as opposed to a snapshot of the object at that point in time. So even though the console log, when it output an object instance, that object instance was later updated by other code. And then once that later code updated that object, when I went into the console log, it would show me the the state later on past the point of execution. So I was getting really confused by that. Once I was not confused by that, it was kind of a fairly straightforward bug fix. I just had to find the place where the code was being updated had to move. That's all. So yeah, you were right. You were definitely right. It was the console log. Not a bug in the console log, just a weird little wrinkle of its behavior I didn't understand. But yeah, it's fixed. Moving on to the next thing. Okay, so this will confirm we want to delete all it takes. So then backing up. Okay, let's go over here. Let's do an import on this. Ooh, have to do an export down below. Export. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, there was some Stack Overflow article that just pointed me right to the behavior. But it's interesting how you can go a long ways, like years developing on a platform, and there's still little things like that you can miss, or I can miss. Maybe other people don't miss it. I'll speak for myself. I miss things. Okay, so why are you not importing? There we go. And let's go up here, clean up my imports a bit. At some point, I may just write a plugin that cleans up my imports automatically, since I seem to spend a fair amount of my time trying to get these imports in a certain organization. Speech screen, speech table, speech screen. So that fixes that. Then I come over to my screen, import this guy. You know what? It's such just a dumb one-liner. It's never gonna amount to more than that dumb one-liner. Let's just inline it like I did here. Sometimes refactoring just adds complexity. So set modal dialog, and then this will be a new one. Delete. Confirm delete all takes dialog, and then coming back to here, I'll just get rid of this. Get rid of that. And back over to here. I have to set this. Let's see. So I like this pattern of whenever there's a modal dialog, I just add a section of elements at the end of my screen. And then I've got like one of these for each modal dialog, and one will be visible at a time. And that's pretty easy. Now I need on confirm. I'll do that from now just to be able to test this. Now let's see how my dialogue does. Delete all takes. Be sure you want to delete all the recording takes, including final, for this spiel. Either thing I click, it just makes it go away because it's not doing anything yet. Okay, next I write the code that deletes all of these takes, and this too, I suppose. Okay. So for that, where will I put that? It's not the speech table. Some persistence. I need something that will delete all takes for a given spiel. So in persistence, speech, export async, delete all takes for spiel. Let's see what GitHub thinks is a good idea. What? Function. Needed to add function here at the beginning. Okay. That was my bug, not Copilot's. Let's see what it came up with. It said, come up with a path, speech take path, template, project name, and spiel name. Yeah, it probably doesn't know what it's doing, Copilot. Yeah, it was a good guess. The thing it guessed was pretty good. This is not right at all, though. So this would have just... Okay, so its path that it picked, this function doesn't work that way. It's not going to return the correct path with those parameters. This is pretty good. Just get all the keys at that path. This promise all is not bad, but it doesn't actually delete the entries. It just sets the bytes of each to an empty array. It's a pretty good guess, but it's wrong. So that's kind of what you get with Copilot. Good guesses, often wrong. Okay. So I'm looking for this. All the keys that match against this. Yeah. So let's give it another constant. Speech. I guess spiel, speech path template, and then it's going to be yeah. Nothing wrong with good guesses being wrong as long as somebody's going to be able to figure out they're wrong and can fix them. Okay, so there. Bam, like that. And I could not predict the future of generative AI that we're on now, but I'd say at least for the next few years, with the generative AI tools in programming, it's not going to be, it all happens automatically. It's going to be, good guesses are made by the robot, and the human has to be there to check those guesses to see that they're actually doing the job. It has to be able to see when things are wrong and not get too confident in what's output by the AI. Which is just slightly different than writing all the code yourself, because you have to line by line understand what the code's doing. Okay. Spiel speech path template takes 2 params. Let's go back to speech and change this. And now this is starting to be correct. Project name and spiel name, those were the two parameters passed in. I'll get all the keys of the path. And then I need a new function, which is just going to be like, let's see. Delete all keys. Something like that. Now go. Actually, it'll be a function that's in this other file here. Path store. Okay. So these are my general utility functions for working with IndexedDB. Alright, well, just got a whole chunk of code from Copilot again. Let's take a look at it. So it did a nice job of reusing the patterns above. We say open up the DB name, okay. Transaction read wire. Okay, we get the object store for the key value store, which is a store that just I came up with. It just keeps everything in key values. And we say for each key, let's delete the key. And this is a nice thing. I just made changes to the code this morning to switch over to this pattern, and it's following that pattern. So it is kind of like I hired an intern version of myself that follows everything that I write and comes up with code that matches the same pattern. Gotta think about this. So on complete will resolve, that's correct. This seems to be completely correct code. That's pretty nice. Okay. So this might be ready to work. I do need export function, delete all takes. Okay, yeah, okay. So let's see. Update revision with speech table. No, that's not it, is it? No, that is it. Okay, but you have to delete the takes. Okay, so delete all takes for spiel. And we're going to pass the spiel name. Okay, I need to import this guy. Okay, update the revision with speech table. Okay, so what does this function do? I just wrote it yesterday. I can give it a better name because I'm guessing about what it does, and I just wrote it yesterday. The name is kind of complex, though. The correct name would be a little bit complex. Let's see. Update speech table takes from DB. I just do update and revision. There. That's a more complex name, but it's also giving me more information about what it does. I could put a comment at the beginning, but that's a bit of an anti-pattern for me to write a comment in text that says what the function does, unless it's an export that I want to have a contract that for calling it that doesn't change that often. Okay, so there's delete all takes. This should be an async function. We'll do an await here. Okay, that should be fine. Would I be doing better if this might be smarter, just to, nah, I take it back. Let's leave that. Okay, await delete all takes for spiel. And then we'll update the speech table, and that means that it's going to create a new speech table that contains no takes in it. All right, let's see how it works. Oh, I don't quite have all the plumbing in. Let's go back to the screen. What's this? Don't need a promise all there. You just need delete all keys. Okay, let's import this. Check my imports up above. That's fine. No problem with that. Go to the speech screen. Okay, and in the place where it says confirm, instead of just closing, we're going to delete all takes for spiel. And pass in, document name, set revision, set modal dialog. And I do want to check that this is the actual order. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to Okay, I get it. I imported the wrong thing. This is just delete all takes. And let's do an import for that. And double check. Is it set revision, set modal? Yes, it is. Okay. Come back to speech screen, clean up my imports. That is the wrong one that I first imported. These guys are kind of getting out of order, so I need to update those. Okay. Then we come up to here, put this in alphabetical by import file. And I've got them in reverse order. Okay, this may work. Maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe it works. We'll see. Okay. Let's bring it in fresh. Okay, so we say delete all takes. Say cancel, nothing happens. Delete all takes, we say confirm. I don't know, Davey. Did it actually do anything? Did it actually do anything at all? No, all these guys are still here. Time to set a breakpoint. And for that, let's go to general interactions. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Stepping through. Debugger time. I kind of want to just make this bigger. Yeah. All right. First, let's check out the path. Does it look healthy? It does not. No, it does. It does. It does. Because it's got the spiel name in there. So I should be able to like get a bunch of keys that match that path. Let's see how I do. I suspect this is empty. It's empty. Okay. So probably I misunderstood what this function does that I wrote earlier. I will step into it in a moment. Okay, delete all takes, confirm. Keep going. All right, let's dig into this and see what the issue is. I think it might be like it's just not going to be recursive. I think I need to go an extra level because this is going to do what? There's my path index. That's fine. Also, I should change this to the transaction pattern instead of the request, because the transaction is more final. Okay, so I suspect that I'm just using this wrong, like it's it might be that I need to go down into each character. Okay, so I've got the path here. There won't be any path that matches that. Because speech doesn't actually have any keys underneath it. Alright, so there's a few different ways I can handle this. The IndexedDB call that I'm relying upon is using an index to the path variable inside of the store, or the, I don't know what you call these things, fields, the path field inside of the store. That's not quite correct. The value is like a complex object and it's got path there. Okay. And the good thing about that is it's fast. The bad thing about it is it's not really giving me, the precision I want in terms of selecting all these different key values. So how would I fix this? One way is I could say for a scene, what are the characters? And I know in this scene there's Carla and Jerry, and I can get that information. Then I could do a get all keys for each character, and then the path should start matching. No, that won't be enough either, because the path also comprises the each line too. I could do something like get all the keys, and then just in memory I could go through and see which ones matched. But the issue is this store could contain just a hell of a lot of keys at some point. If somebody's got their whole project loaded in there, it's some complicated, full-sized game of a thing. I wonder if there's a way to do like a partial path match inside of IndexedDB. All right, this is one of those problems that's complicated enough that it's worth brainstorming a bit, and I'm going to do a what I call a pocket design. Just a little temporary. See, here's the last one I did. Okay, requirements. Delete all records with takes for a given spiel. Be performant for a very large number of rows. In store that won't be deleted. Only a portion of them will be. Okay. Max expected. Maybe. Let's see. P90 maybe 100 takes. 500 takes. Okay. So that's basically the requirements there. So first solution, I'll brainstorm quickly, and then I'll create in memory. Then I'll refine based on what seems more likely to help. Create an in-memory index of all takes for a given spiel. Index created at deletion time. Number 2, same thing, but index maintained over session. Number 3, find some IndexedDB feature that will get keys by partial match. A little unlikely that exists, but I'll look for it. Number 4, generate paths from speech table at delete time and search on each known path. Search for keys niche known path. That's the best idea I've gotten so far. It's unlikely to generate more bugs for me or weirdness. It should be scalable. The code's a little complex, but I know it would work. It's the best idea I have so far. Okay. So I think, let me research number 3. Just I'll go onto MDN, check out IndexedDB, and see if it's got any built-in features that allow me to do a partial match on an indexed value. And failing that, I'll just go on and do number 4. The first 2 I don't like because it's like a whole new data structure I have to maintain, and likely to introduce bugs I have to fix. Okay. I'll just add number 5 while it's in my mind, make sure I don't miss it. Add a separate indexable value for spiel path. And store. I hate that idea, but I had to write it down to be complete. So, and then probably this one. Okay, so first let's go to here. Well, exit the debugger. And then let's see, what was the thing that I wanted to check on in path stores? Let's see, get all keys at path. So get all keys. That's the thing that seems like it might be what I need. Index comes from there. Okay, cool. So MDN index get all keys. Let me see. What you got? A key or an IDB range identifying the keys to retrieve. If this value is null or missing in the browser, use an unbound key range. Okay, so it doesn't specify something more complex than just the name of the key or this key range thing. Let's go check out IDB key range. Okay. So you can do kind of a less than greater than thing. You can't have logic more complex than that. And even though I can do I can probably do text comparisons here, I don't think that gives me the flexibility I need. So let's look for another method besides get all keys that has more flexibility. Okay, because I know that query and get all keys doesn't have enough flexibility to query as I would like to. IDB index. I'll take a look at get, I guess. Okay, so if I use get on an index, I would have to pass it a key. What does get without a key do? It finds either the value of the reference corresponding key or the first corresponding value. So I would be looking through the rows with this in the order of index storage. There could be some value to that. So you could say assuming that the index storage is like an ascending sort order on the text, I could like get the cursor to the start of all the values stored inside of one spiel and walk through them and examine the key on each one. Let me take a look at these other methods. Open cursor. Okay. Open key cursor. Okay, range. Okay, so if I say just the name of a key for the range, I don't know if that's going to let me continue iterating past that key to see what comes after. Seems like it might. If you use a key, that implies a single row will be available in the cursor. I don't know why anyone would ever use open key cursor for a single row, but yeah, so I'm not really sure about the behavior there. If it allows me to go beyond just one row, then I can use a key that would hierarchically kind of start at the top of all the takes and then just walk through and look at the values. The trouble is the values are kind of large. They're actually recorded audio. They're these byte arrays of hundreds of thousands of bytes. So I do not think it's performant to just kind of search through and grab the whole object. Yeah. I don't know. There might be even like some other tricky way to do this kind of partial search using IndexedDB, but I don't see it now. And I think I did a pretty decent job of researching this. So, going back to my little pocket design here. I don't see anything practical there. I don't like these two options. I don't like this option. Yeah, because it will complicate my record structure. So it's going to be this one. But before I get going on that, I'm going to take a little bio break. I should be back in 5-10 minutes.
Focus on to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types. At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone.
She's one of those types.
At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I don't
yourself.
care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone.
She's one of those types.
At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone.
She's one of those types.
At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone.
She's one of those types.
At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone.
She's one of those types.
At first glance. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on the
The
actions.
bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine. But don't draw attention to
I don't
yourself.
care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else. saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
People
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other car. See what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a bit.
People want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other car. See what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a bit.
People want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other car. See what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a bit.
People want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other car. See what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a bit.
People want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other car. See what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone. She's one of those types in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a brute.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on the
Back to
actions.
bad luck, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on the
Back to
actions.
bad luck, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on the
Back to
actions.
bad luck, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on the
Back to
actions.
bad luck, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on the
Back to
actions.
bad luck, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter. focus on the
That's the
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Why?
It'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
See what they say.
You're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy?
died.
You should be more.
All right, back to it, back to it, back to it. Go to the bathroom and get back to work. Okay, so if I look at speech table util, what do I have in there for path? Anything for path? I don't think. I don't think it's correct to have anything inside of here for path. This is for dealing with the speech table util. I guess let's look at add take and what's passed in. So I could do delete all takes for speech table. That's not bad. I don't like the dependency on speech table here. Maybe I'll start with this and I'll see if a better way to break out the dependency suggests itself to me. This path template's not really going to help me. I'll probably end up deleting it. I do have this. Get take keys, or spiel name, character name, speech ID, dialogue text. Okay, so I did something like this already. Okay, I want to remember that. So we'll start with some keys. All right. And so that I know the start and end of this. Okay, so then let's go through. what I want is to get from the speech table combinations of character, speech ID, dialogue text. I don't want all that code to be in here right away, but for now, let's just write a function that will move over. So I can have them both on the screen in one place without having to flip between files. So we'll say, what am I calling this? Get the terminology escapes me for the idea. There's no nice, clean, conceptual way to say it. I want get dialogue text key values from the speech table. Then I want it to return an array just get dialog text rows, because it already has a structure. Got dialog text rows. No, that's not quite enough, because I've got the information broken out. Like the character name will be on one row, and the text will be on a different row. So let's see. I might need a new type. So let's do type dialog text key info equals, yeah, that might be right. Let me check. Get take keys. The things I need are spiel name, which I'll keep separate, character name, speech ID, dialogue text. Okay. And you know, I could put spiel name and project name in here. Project name, okay. Let's alphabetize these. Right. Okay. So let's see. Get dialog text key info from speech table. And we'll do spiel name, string, speech table. Not the speech ID, and you kind of don't know what you're doing yet, so Copilot, you might as well just stop guessing. Project name, string, okay. This would be an array. Now, let's see what Copilot thinks I should do. Stop that. There you go. No, you're way off. You're way off. So just get rid of all that. And I will move this over to the util. So, okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Where is it at? Speech table util. There it is. Because I've got all this code here that's just about converting between those two formats. So this is probably the right place to put it and also have more examples to look at. Okay. Then let's also move this. It'll be an exported type. Okay. All right, and it's kind of the same thing again, which does seem to beg for some kind of refactoring. Let me just for now move this into the function body over here before I decide to do any kind of refactoring. But it's very not dry at the moment, but as I work through it I may see how I want to refactor. Okay, so we got this basic thing where we go through each row in the table and we pick up the information from the individual row type. So if a row is a character, we want to remember the last character. If it's a parenthetical, we want to remember the last parenthetical. When we get to a dialog, here it's saying if the row is selected, continue. That would not be a criteria I want to use for this particular operation. This is not important either. That's not important. That's not important. Okay, so this is going to be a function. It's going to be character name, speech ID, which unfortunately is complex to generate. Well, is it? Speech ID row. No, it's not. I've already got it generated, so that's good. Okay, what else do you need? Not the parenthetical. Okay, spiel these guys. I just gotta get all those populated. So move that back down to the bottom and drop that in just for now. So character name is character name. Dialog text is row.text. Project name is passed in. Spiel name is passed in. Speech ID. Here, let's do it in the same order. Yeah, and then spiel name is passed in. Is there a useful refactoring to do here? Like I could do it, but it would be like this weird kind of on callback type thing. Like, yeah, you know, that would have all kinds of parameters you pass. It's honestly, it's just easier to do it this way. The parenthetical, I can set that to a default constant. Default parenthetical. Okay. Yeah. Hate it when I accidentally click on something. Get rid of this. There we go. Okay. Const. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Get dialog text key info from speech tape. That's probably what I want. Okay. So if I do that, then instead of passing in the speech table to persistence, or to this place that should only need to know about persistence, I can instead pass in dialog text key infos. That'll be dialog text key info bam bam. Okay. Cool. So then keys becomes dialog text key infos map no, just don't do that. Key info, and then let's return the thing for a key. We'll say not the take key. Need the path. Speech take path. This here. So, first 3 words. Stop that. And then this comes from the key info. And I no longer need spiel name. Ooh, do I need the project name? Boy, that's a weird one. Let's ignore the project name part. Or let's see. If key info project name equals let's see, const use project name equals key info project name equals unspecified name. Then we use the parameter project name, otherwise we'll go ahead and use that. Okay, so project name here will be use project name. Spiel name will come from key info. Here, let's do it this way. Const spiel name, character name, speech ID, dialog, text, equals key info, move that there. This guy will be just like that, more simplified. Okay. Speech take path, just like that. Okay, and then I want to get all keys at the path. Okay, so for that, const keys at path equals, yeah. Okay, and then here, keys concat, and then just pass in all those keys I just found. What is your issue with await? Oh, this is not technically an async function. So let's do can I do an async function that gets called on the map? Yeah, I don't need to. Let's just do it this way. But I kind of need for it to. God, okay. So I've got a loop. It's going to go through. It's going to create a whole bunch of paths that each of them needs to correspond to an asynchronous request to retrieve keys. So let's call this, let's keep it simple. Let's call it paths. Or, yeah, paths is fine. And then I can just say return this path. Okay. So that, like, I almost just want to test this and make sure it works before I do this delete all thing. And I don't mind doing that. So let's just do console log. Yeah. Let's see how that does. Okay, delete all takes for spiel. I would have broke something somewhere because this changed. Where do I need to go? General interactions, I think. General. You are now broken because now I need const dialog text key infos. Yep. Although I think you want some more information. You also want speech table. I can get that from the revision. Const speech table. Yeah. Okay, so what is the signature here? It's going to be speech table, and then I think it wants project name, and I'll just pass unspecified name for project name. Okay, what do you need? Get dialog text key. What is it called? Key info from speech table. That one. That's what I want. Okay, go back to general interactions. Okay, and then this will get passed in instead. That. Okay. And you are underlined. What for? Wait has no effect. That's true. It does not. This is not an asynchronous function. And here, you're saying we're missing an await. And I wish there was a way to just say I don't need to wait. This is a fire and forget. What other actions do you have? If I say const ignored equals there. That's not a bad way. That's not a bad way to do it. How about not waiting? I kind of like that as a convention, because then I can just see at a glance that this could execute after this. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think I just started a new convention for myself. I'm going to do it here too. And here. Because that's going to warn me at some point in the future that, you know, this will happen before this is done, which is intended in this case, but usually is not the intent. Okay. I think I have everything hooked up. Let's see how this does. No compilation errors, so I didn't break anything there. All right, delete all takes. I confirm. It should console log something. Oh, I've got my breakpoints still. Let's skip past that. No console log. No console log. So that means I better do a step through in the debugger to see what the heck's going on. Okay, speech table util would be okay. Let's see about that. Or general interactions. Yeah, let's try that. All right, delete all takes. Go ahead. What? What? Not called at all, huh? How's that possible? Okay. So here's the code that will call it. Delete all takes. You're going to pass document name, set revision, set modal dialog. Delete all takes. That is the name. Where did you get it from? From general interactions. Cool. Let's come back here. Delete all takes. Same function signature. Okay. So that should have This is a time when I just want to do a reload and make sure that the browser is not confused by the hot reloads that Create React app uses. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think it just got confused. So that also means that since it was confused, it probably didn't execute this code. That's okay. I don't mind stepping through this because it's fairly complex code, and sometimes you can see errors other than the kind you find by black box testing. Okay, so yeah, just go into there. Okay. All right, so we got our two things set here. Next, we need a dialog text. Okay, let's see what this looks like. See what this looks like. Okay, we got one. We want the trimmed text in there, but it won't matter for what it's used for. It won't matter for what it's used for. That's fine. Speech ID, that's good. All that looks fine. Interesting. Oh, okay, right. Instead of me putting row text here, I should just be putting the dialog text, because then I'd have the separator trimmed. I don't think it's going to matter. Don't think it's going to matter. I just want to remember to change that. So let's go up. And we go into this file. Give myself a little more room. And let's just see what it gives me. 29 paths. That sounds healthy. And these all look pretty good. Yeah, they do look good. I don't need any of the player speech. So that might be one thing to filter out. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'll fix the thing with this trailing bit there, because that is actually breaking the path. Yeah. Okay, cool. But so far so good. I feel like this is going to work just fine. Let's go back to speech table util. Set this to be just the dialog text. Yep. Okay, delete all takes. Let's clear this out and see if my keys look better this time. Okay. Yeah, it looks healthy. So now we've got just Carlo and Jerry, no player lines, which will not have recorded takes, just 27 lines there. And then some of the paths are fixed up to look a little bit better. The other thing I'm seeing that I should fix is my first 3 words function should be removing punctuation. But I can come back to that. And actually be better to come back to that after I've managed to be able to delete all my takes. Because basically I want these paths to be compatible with the constraints you would have storing things inside of a file system. So I've got all these rows inside of an IndexedDB store, but the intent of those rows is that they're all storable. Each one is one file, and the path value that's in it needs to be something that could be an actual path on different OS's file systems. And not all OSs will take the punctuation like this inside of it. So I will need something at some point that just scrubs that. And the other thing I think is changing the words to all lowercase, or all lowercase. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But let's move on to the next part of the algorithm, which is assembling all the keys that correspond to each path and just deleting them. Honestly, I don't even need that much. Let's go back to general interactions. I don't even need all the keys, because I've got a different function called delete all keys at path. Delete all takes for spiel. Okay, so that's inside of speech. And do I have a delete all keys at path? I don't, but I like that as a new function to use. So instead of figuring out how to get all the keys, I'll just encapsulate that in a new function called delete all keys at path. It's really not deleting the keys though, it's deleting the I'll keep it simple. I'll keep calling it delete all keys. That makes sense to me, at least. So we'll say paths okay, return promise all, and it's going to be okay. That might have been correct what it just said. Delete all keys is already delete all keys at path. So okay, I've got that function that actually does the thing that I need. I don't know I need this then business. Return promise all, and it's just going to be path map path delete all keys. Looks like I got an extra parenthesis. Okay, what is your complaint? Let's start with this. Const delete promises equals, yeah, start with that. Then we return delete promises. Okay, each one of these should be just a promise, avoid, bam, bam. What is your issue here? Delete all keys, you're taking a string array? Does not seem correct. Let's go check on that. Delete all keys, where are you at? Yeah. Okay, so I do need to delete all keys at path. I was wrong. I think Copilot confused me a little bit there because it was auto-completing for something that wasn't quite right. Alright, so Copilot just dumped a whole ton of code on me here. Topic store, boom, path index name, request, get all the keys at the path. I want to change this to transaction. Okay, there's going to be a better way to do this because I already have a function that will delete all the keys once I have the keys. On the other hand, alright, this is a little bit complex. I think what I would like is a separate function to get all the keys at a path, which I might already have. I do. So I've got get all keys at path. Yeah, this is going to be better. This is going to be better. Just use what I've got already. Okay. I'm just going to delete all of your code, which might have been correct, but I can do it in a drier fashion. Const keys equals get all keys at path, pass the path, right? This needs to be in await. Then await, delete all keys. Keys, cool. If not keys, length, return, nothing to do. Okay, that's nicer. So then, new function. And delete all takes for spiel. Gotta go to the speech again, and this becomes delete all keys at path. What? Nope, I did not mean that. Let's import. There we go. And then we just return delete promises. Why? Oh, because it's going to have a differing return value. And I don't actually need the return value. So that means I have to wrap this inside of another promise, I think. So return promise. And let's just do a resolve. And then promise all. Then I don't care about the parameters. Say resolve. Bam. What? Resolve. Like that. Okay. Like that. Let's get rid of that. What's the syntax I want? Honestly, my brain is getting confused, jumping around. Okay, I had to return new promise. That's probably what I forgot. Return new promise. Okay, and then let's paste this back in. Promise all, then resolve. Is there just a nicer way to do this than having to wrap it inside of another promise? Because it's really just that the return type doesn't match. Is it gonna hurt anything if I do? Well, first off, we still got a squiggly. What's that about? What? Okay. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, I'm kind of what where's the missing thing? Okay, it's up here. Yeah. This goes bam to bam. And what's not closed? What's this is so I know why that's complaining. It's doing the void, but this part, what am I missing? What am I missing? Okay, return boom boom. That should satisfy you. So what's up? It doesn't. So I'm missing some basic syntax problem. Or no quote there. What? What? How can that be bad syntax? It's just my map. Now you think something is needed here. What is it? Statement expected. Jesus. It's like sending me all the way back to the drawing board here. Oh, that might be fucking it up. Okay, there are no red squigglies. Now, put this back in. Okay, now you're fine. Now you're fine. So then let's put this back in. Now you're not fine. Because I need this guy here. Okay, now that. No. Oh. Get rid of that. Okay, good. Now delete promises. All right. Are you good? You're good. Okay. Then I wanted to check. Okay, this no longer is used. What I wanted to check was, can I just return this? As promise void bump on. Can I do that? Return. Okay. Const. Delete all promise equals that. Okay, still good, no squigglies. Return delete all promise as promise void. You don't like that. Okay. Okay, you know what? I could also just do this, even though it's just a bunch of voids, and that'll be fine. Then I don't have to do this stupid wrapping thing. And then I just return this all like that. Oh, even easier. Await promise all. Then I can not do the weird thing here. Then we're good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got a feeling this will work. Worth stepping through, though. That's a lot of new code. There's some complexity there. Let's see how my new code does. Get a good view on it. Here we go. Okay, so first we get the paths. I'm pretty sure that code's going to work fine, because I was testing it before. Alright, so paths, let's just check out the variables, see if they still look healthy. They do. They look just fine. Alright. Then the question is this new code here going to work? And I can't step into this very well because it's all promise based, so I'm better off setting a breakpoint inside of the file where delete all keys at path is. That would be inside of path store. Okay. So let's hit play. We're going to go one path at a time. First path should be like some, I'll know it when I see it. Buddy, hey buddy, that looks exactly correct. Let's just get all the keys at the path. The weird thing is I'm trying to step down and it just keeps on coming back to here. I know why. It's because it's calling this function for every row or every dialog text, and because there's no weight here, it's going to go back and hit the breakpoint for all the other ones first. So I'll set the breakpoint here and just wait till execution gets to that point. I hit play to go get there. So now I think the path is that first one I was looking at, but let's double check. Yep. Okay. Keys, please. Oh yes. That's great. It found the keys. It's very likely to work when I do the delete all keys. Okay. So those are the 9, 10 takes associated with the first line. Okay. This is an old function that I think was already working, so I'm not going to step into it. Alright, let's just hit play, see what the results are. It works. Recorded takes all gone. That's good. I like this new button quite a bit. And that was a lot of work to get that to happen. I don't like being surprised by that much work, but that's kind of what happens when I step away from a code base for a while and then come back, because I forget some of the implementation details that mean like a thing that's seemingly simple is actually not simple and actually takes some work. Getting close to noon. I think I'm going to stop the stream and pretty quick in a moment and just go down and have some brunch with my wife. Then I may come back and keep working. But this has been pretty good for adding this code to delete all the takes here. Let me check one more thing before I finish up the stream. Let's look at the database and make sure that it cleared out all these. I will do a refresh. So here you see like all the rows for the takes. If I do a refresh, come back in and take a look, yeah, we just got the rows that don't correspond to takes. They're for other types of data in the project. Basically the spiel, which is all this information, and an animated face, and the project. So 3 rows there, that's a healthy state. This is a new feature that works as intended. That's a good place to end a session. So I'm going to stop the stream right there. And for anyone who joined me today, thanks for hanging out. Stopping the stream.